Good evening, guys. This is something that really touched me because I have read about this before in the Bible, and I remember feeling some kind of way about it. Mostly too because I have been in this position before, and it's it's complex. But I want to say that lately I have been asking God how he been doing because I just was like, one day I was just sitting there, I was just like, you know what? I said, God, how you doing? How you doing today? And the first few couple of times I asked him, he would give me a thumbs up, and I would see him smile in the spirit, indicating that he was happy and that he was okay. Okay, so this last time I asked him, this was like 3 days ago. I asked him, I said, God, how are you doing? And he gave me a thumbs up, but this time he showed me his sad face, that he was sad. And so I said, why? I was like, why? And he said, my children, my children. And I sat there for a few seconds because I'm like, okay, well, what could he mean by his children? Like, what is his children doing? And then I heard, my people perish for lack of knowledge. My people perish for lack of knowledge. Okay, so my eyes filled up with water when he said that because I just knew. And then it's a lot of people out here that are just willfully ignorant. They willingly reject God's knowledge and wisdom, and that hurts God. When I seen his face like that, it made me sad. I'm like, wow, but I'm glad that he showed me the thumbs up first, indicating that he was okay, but he was sad that his people, he said his people, so that means these people belong to God. They're actually his children, but they are rejecting him. They are rejecting knowledge. They're rejecting wisdom, all of this. So this is in Hosea 4:6. Okay, it says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing that hast forgotten the law of thy God. I will also forget thy children. So this type of stuff saddens God. There's a lot of people that don't even think God has feelings. They don't even think he has feelings at all. And I'm going to read you guys the definition of what it means to perish, okay? Perish means to suffer death, typically in a violent, sudden, or untimely way. So there are people who are losing their lives in an untimely fashion. They were supposed to be here right now, but a lot of them, even if they're not rejecting the knowledge, which I feel like is more of rejection, they're still perishing. They're still dying. They're not making it into heaven, all because of rejection of God, rejection of knowledge and wisdom. A lot of them, like I said, are willfully ignorant. And those, to be honest with y'all, I stay away from people. If I feel like you willfully ignorant, I'm finna get away from you. Because it's nothing that I can say. Like, it's nothing that I can do. It's nothing that I can say. You've put your wall up. I can't penetrate that. And you've made your mind up about what kind of life you want to live. That's the way I feel about it. And I will just back up and get out of your face. And most likely I won't give you any advice if I know that you're going to reject it. If I know that you're not going to listen to me or take heed, and then my words are just going to fall by the wayside, I'm not going to keep talking to you. Some people, they just like to complain too. Some people just love complaining. They'll complain to you, tell you about what's going on, and you can know exactly what they can do. Exactly what they can do to get themselves together. Exactly how to fix their situation. You can give them all types of solutions, but they will take not one of them. Not even one. You can have 3 or 4 different solutions to give them, just in case one is too much for them. They won't take not one. And this is the type of stuff that saddens God, because now he has to reject you, right? And that's the way I feel about it. I feel like, why would I keep, I know you're not going to listen to me. I'm not going to keep trying to tell you this over and over again. God he try to reach the people. That means that God has tried to reach you several times in regards to your heart, in regards to your life, so that he can help you and clean you up. If you his child, he's saying his people. That means it's his people. Everybody's not a child of God. Everybody's not a child of God, guys. And we was taught that everybody was a child of God coming up, wasn't we? But it was never true. Which is why some people have certain hearts and they can do certain stuff because they belong to the enemy. I don't have a heart to put voodoo on nobody. I wouldn't dare. You know, that is weird to me. I would never do nobody like that. But they would, though. They would do that. That's how they think. That's how their logic works. But children of God, true people with certain types of heart posture wouldn't do anything like that. So, guys, these are literally his people that are perishing. And God has been trying to reach y'all. I'm sitting up there like water in my eyes. I'm like, God, what can I do? What can I do? Because that is very much true. This means that it's a lot of people that's going through all types of warfare and they still not seeking God too. They probably tried, but the enemy blocked them. God will still make a way for you to get to him. I'm telling you, because he did it for me. And it's amazing how it works. You just have to be willing to do it. And you can't have everybody in your ear. You can't have certain people in your ear and be listening to these people. Because I told you guys before that if I would have listened to the people that I was around, I would have never got out. I had to pay attention and look at the patterns that was going on when I was in bondage, when I was in darkness. There are patterns to demonic attacks. There are patterns to what the enemy does. It just be new to you because you never went through something like this before. But he tries the same stuff on different people. It's the same stuff, just different individuals in different places is what it is. And they come up with other things too, but they've done all this stuff before, and you have to look for the patterns. Guys, God had me in the book of Genesis, right? Then I've read it. I've finished Genesis. Now he has put me in the book of Exodus. And when I tell you I've learned so much just from putting those two together, and you know, you got people out here saying that they shouldn't read the Old Testament. Read the Old Testament too. I was telling you guys that a long time ago. Read the Old Testament too. All of it ties together. That's still God. You'll be able to see God in all of that. And you get to learn who he is and his character through the scripture, right? But yes, when God showed me that, like, y'all, that saddens him to have to do that. And like I said, a lot of people don't even think that he has feelings just because he's God and he's all powerful. He don't want to have to do that, but it's law. And he's not a liar. That's his law. Those are the laws of the spirit realm. He don't break his own law. And especially God will do stuff to help you through this stuff too. Like he will bend certain stuff and fix it to where you can still get to a certain space. Now, if he can't bend nothing for you because you're rejecting everything, that is bad. That is horrible. He said his people. And I'm telling y'all, I told you guys, certain mindsets have to be torn down. I know a lot of times we in a certain environment and now you're around certain people and now you feel like that's how you got to live and all of that. Ain't no telling what's going on, but I do know that, yeah, this made me feel some kind of way. I don't like seeing guys sad, but it saddens me too when I think about that. So, destroyed because of a lack of knowledge. So, what I think is that a lot of us can do is just do it really was motivating me to like do certain stuff as well. Do my part as far as doing what God want me to do to try to reach the people and things. But yeah, y'all, I love you guys. Take care. Bye.